When did you first get introduced to employee advocacy? When did the light bulb go on for you?
I think it's been about 6 years that we started, and I was at HP, and it was a very different environment for social media for a business standpoint. About 6 years ago, it's changed a lot. And at the time, we were measured on share of voice, and we were doing everything we could from our corporate channels, and we just could not get any more from it. And that's when we realized we've got to tap into our employees. So that's the only way to expand the number of mentions of the keywords we're looking for. So we started digging around, didn't even realize that there were tools that could get us to that. And that's when we stumbled across Everyone Social. And we found other customers of yours that had kind of led us to your direction. And it just kind of kicked off from there.
Talk about maybe some of the things that you've learned. How has your view of advocacy changed? What's happened over the last 4+ years?
Social in general, from a corporate standpoint, has changed a lot. 5, 6 years ago, it was all about what can you do as a company organically to build this strong community. And then we hit a pay for play world in our lives. And, we lost all of those communities that we built up from a corporate standpoint. We had to pay to try to reach them. And so that's where advocacy really stood in play. We could use it to reach a larger audience. We didn't have to pay for the advertising because we often couldn't get budget for that. But we could get budget for employee engagement. So that was an easy way for us to expand our communities. Now it's more about genuine engagement. So before, where I was just trying to reach share of voice numbers and reach numbers of mentions of our company, now it's about how can I drive traffic to our corporate site, to our owned properties? How can I build genuine relationships with our external community? We're losing some of that trust that we've built up on our corporate level just because of the environment and the culture right now. But our employees have gained it. We rely more on them. So, just the way we use the programs, whereas before it was very transactional, now we're really driving towards building true, genuine relationships. We have two audiences. If you're a content admin or a curator for one of these programs, your first audience is your actual employees. You need them to want to share the content you're adding to the tool. You need them to have a relationship with you and trust you so that they trust that what you put on there will help them grow their networks. And then your second audience are your actual end audience. It's your users' followers. And so you need to find content that they will also find interesting and useful or entertaining or, whatever emotion you're trying to evoke from them. In order for these programs to be successful, it all relies on having a true organic relationship and trust. And we have to do our best to maintain that.
You just mentioned losing traffic at the brand level. Maybe expand on that a little bit. What do you see is going on right now?
There's the pay for play, right? The Twitter, Facebook, they all change their algorithms. So we have to pay if we want to reach those people we put so much work in building up those audiences for, which, we do now. But for a while, social media was free, right? You couldn't get budget to pay for them because all the executives thought social media is free. And then we've kind of shifted from that pay for play. We accept that now. That's a part of our programming. What's changed is in the culture of social media and how it's used. So for the last 3 or 4 years, there's not that trust that was there from a consumer standpoint. You can't trust that your celebrities that you follow are authentically using those products because now you realize, oh, they're being paid to say that. Same with your influencers. You used to follow influencers on Instagram, and now we realize, oh, well, they're being paid by the brands also. Even in publications, so many of those are sponsored articles. So there's not a lot of trust in that standpoint from the consumer point. And the only ones you can truly trust are your personal connections, your personal friends and family that you are following, that you've connected with on LinkedIn. And so that's where, we're losing that engagement that we are getting from a corporate standpoint on our corporate channels because we're losing some of that trust. We need to adjust in our programs and what we've been doing. You can't even trust that a company who wishes you happy holidays truly means it. We're so skeptical about it now that we think
Yes.
they're just trying to get my money, right? We've lost all of that. So we need to regroup on that standpoint for those of us who see this and already had employee advocacy programs in play, we're not getting hit too hard.
Yeah.
Because just by scaling those programs, we're kind of able to offset some of that loss that we're getting at a corporate level.
Hey, this is Jason behind the scenes running the mixer board. Just want to say thanks for listening and catch a new Everyone Social Bitecast every week from everyonesocial.com/blog.